So Ben, this exhibition, Blinded by the Lights, is been about 2 years in the making. Can you give us a bit of backstory throughout that 2-year process?
The works have really evolved from previous bodies of work looking at city lights and hundreds of photos that I've taken over the years. Finally, all of this culminating in everything coming together to combine the LEDs, the 3D works, the ceramics and the oil paintings to create one body of work.
So you've got a show coming up pretty soon at Judith Wright. Can you tell us a little bit about that show?
Yeah, it's amazing to have such a large space as the Judith Wright to exhibit this work. The body of work was conceived about 3 years ago. I purchased a lot of the acrylic sheeting. Finally, I have the chance to have a space big enough to exhibit the work.
So Ben, the exhibition is going to be in the front 3 rooms of the Judith Wright Centre, is that right?
It's really called the shop front space. I get to have the 3 windows. Yeah, I think it's really, really important to choose where you're going to exhibit work and how it's going to be seen. So really to have the control over the gallery space, so to be able to have black walls that are really going to suit these works, to actually control the darkness in the gallery. Also the wall spacing, I guess, to get to control every element of the show. I really think the LED works need to have the black environment. I think the body of work to be exhibited together rather than divided up. I think it's really important to have this big space. It's as much to do with photography as it is to do with, I guess, past life experiences, where I've lived and the people I've known and the things we've seen. A lot of the times that I've been out, a lot of the evenings, the view that I see is very similar to what I see when you throw out a landscape out of focus.
Okay, so tell me about the mediums.
All the paintings are oil paintings. It's about that energy that I feel when I am making the works and what I see. I've also really enjoyed experimenting with the ceramics in the show. The LEDs and the acrylic diffusion layers is really important to me in this show. The round discs are acrylic hanging. Installation of about 1,000 to 2,000 laser cut acrylic discs that are going to hang in the space. The ceramics are actually pinch pots that have been joined together and made into dome shapes that are joined together, and when fired and glazed, the colours, the blues, the reds and the purples, they form a 3D, I guess, rendering of the lights.
Will you be covering up the windows of the Judy during the setup?
The idea of a reveal is really nice to me as well, so the Judith Wright has the option of shutting off the whole window front while we're working, so that way, I guess, the morning of the show, or maybe even doing a buyer's preview, I can actually show off the works and kind of reveal them in a way. But I guess with social media, their show will be publicised during that week, so it's kind of nice to give little snippets of what's happening in the space while it's being installed.
So there's a definite narrative that you're following.
Yeah, there's definitely a story throughout the whole show. The works, though they are very beautiful and I love seeing them on their own, they have to sit alongside each other. That's part of the story that's going to be told.
Do you plan to use the 3 rooms in a way to separate the 3 different mediums?
I'm bringing in a few outside people this time, a couple of curators that are going to help me really lay out the space. Yeah, I've designed the gallery space to allow me to separate parts of the work, but the LEDs really sit well beside the oil paintings, so it's going to be a little bit of play to see how they work in the space once we get in there and the walls are built.
Okay, so that's Thursday, 20th November 2014?
Yeah, it'll be open from Thursday, the 20th of November, so it'll open the morning of the show, a special event on the evening on the Thursday, and it'll close the following Friday at about 6 p.m. on the 28th of November.
That's at the Judith Wright Centre, 420 Brunswick Street, on the corner of Berwick Street, Fortitude Valley. See you there.